Welcome to the House of Maths and my session on algebraic fractions. We're going to look at simplifying some of these fractions, and I've got three questions up here which have all got three slightly different things going on in there. But let's have a look at the first one. We've got x squared plus 5x over x squared plus 7x plus 10. So we're going to try and simplify this. Now, what we're going to need to do is factorise. Looking at this one, it looks like we're going to factorise the top and factorise the bottom. And hopefully we'll have some common factors in the top and bottom that we can cancel out and simplify it. That's the way these questions tend to work. There'll be something, after you've factorised it, there'll be common factors. So let's have a look. Well, we've got x in each part here, so we could pull x out as a factor. And hopefully you can see that if we factorise the top, it's going to look like that. Now let's look at the bottom. So what we have here is a quadratic equation. Now, if you're not sure how to factorise these, check out my video on factorising quadratics, where I'll show you how that's done. But here I'm going to assume you know what to do. So looking at this one, you can see we need two numbers that multiply together to give this and add together to give 7. So hopefully you can see those numbers are 5 and 2. 2 times 5 is 10 and 5 plus 2 is 7. So we can immediately factorise this as x plus 2 and x plus 5. And as you can see, we've got an x plus 5 up here and an x plus 5 here. So they're going to cancel out, and that will leave us with x over x plus 2. So we've gone from this to this. We've simplified it quite considerably there. So look at the next one. The next one's not a particularly difficult one, but it is. It does raise a little issue here, which sometimes people get a little bit confused with. Okay, so x plus 2 over x plus 2 squared. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this out fully for you. Remember, when we're squaring something, it means multiplying the same thing together twice. I have seen people square this and come up with this, which is not right. Okay, so don't do that. And then what you're going to do here, obviously we've got factor that we can cancel that one and that one. And now it looks like there's nothing at the top. But remember, this over this is 1. So we are still going to have 1 at the top. So you're not going to be left with just x plus 2, but it's 1 over x plus 2. Okay, so don't make that mistake. The last one, question 3. Again, we've got a quadratic at the top. Notice it's a slightly harder one than this one here because it's got a coefficient. Remember, we've got a 1 here, but here we've got an actual number. So it's a little bit harder to factorise. But we do this by doing, first of all, I'm going to do 3 times minus 4 to give me a minus 12. And then I want two numbers that multiply together to give this and add together to give this. And then I'll rewrite the middle term. So hopefully you can see that the two numbers are 12 and 1. So it's got to be, in order to get plus 11 here, we need plus 12 and minus 1. So I'm going to do 3x squared minus 1x plus 12x minus 4. So I've rewritten this. The 11x is now made up of this, 12x minus 1x. Now I can go about factorising it. Remember, we factorised this half first, so the common factor there is x, and we're going to get 3x minus 1. And here we've got 4 is common to both bits, so we're going to get 3x minus 1. Remember, we should end up with 3x minus 1 in both bits. If I multiply this out, 4 times 3x is plus 12x. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4, so it works. So I can now factorise this, and I'm going to get x plus 4 and 3x minus 1. Now, that's the numerator. What we've got going on in the denominator here, and this is something that you need to spot. You need to spot that it is actually the difference of two squares. So you could rewrite that as x squared minus 4 squared. The thing that gives it away is that usually this number here, it's going to be a square number. So you can rewrite it like this, 4 squared. And immediately you spot something like this, you know that you can factorise it instantly like this. It's going to be x plus 4, x minus 4. Because in this situation, when you multiply it out, two middle terms will disappear. They'll cancel each other out. So we're left with this. And you notice that we've got x plus 4 there, x plus 4 there. So this one just simplifies down to 3x minus 1 over x minus 4. And there we've simplified this down to this. Okay, so that's my first session on algebraic fractions. There will be more. There are quite a few more things you need to know about how to deal with algebraic fractions. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, remember to hit the like button and think about subscribing. Thanks very much.